Giulia and myself met in Johannesburg in the late 90s, and we worked together there for a company. A couple of years later, we had both moved to Cape Town and...
Yeah, Leon comes from an architectural background. I come from a theatre background, qualified as set designer. And Tim is local Cape Town, and he comes from a more interior and industrial design background. Well, I think we all complement each other. Leon is more kind of structure. I come up with quite interactive, playful ideas. When we design something, we make sure that it's prototyped correctly, it's drawn up in AutoCAD. Then he focuses on the renderings and the finishing of the product before we even go to prototype phase.
We've got two sides to the business. The first thing we started out with was installation design, which includes custom installations for brands, brand activations, the built environment that goes with the experiential side of marketing. So when brands want to connect personally with customers and they hold events.
We worked in the kind of consumer brand engagement space. The look and feel is generally always dictated by the brand. And so towards the end of last year, we kind of wanted to start our own kind of venture where our point of view is brought across rather than a brand. And kind of that's where the shop concept and the furniture design concept started from.
Yeah. Whilst designing for brands, we started focusing a lot on the environment, and we wanted to focus a little bit more on detail, because generally with brand activations it's the overall environment and it's the interaction with the consumer. The furniture part is a little bit more playful, it's a little bit more design orientated, and we get to focus more on detail.
I think the difference between the stage design, the architectural background and the industrial interior design is that when we design now, we actually kind of separate ourselves. We actually design in isolation for the first part, and then we actually come together with our interpretation of what that brief has asked for. And I think that's a really interesting fusion between the three of us, is because we see the same thing from three very different angles. And something quite interesting happens when we bring our ideas together, because they're so different, but somehow there's a central point which works across the board, and then we start developing from that point.
The range that we're displaying at Design Indaba was specifically created for the exhibition, and it's going to be focused on copper contrasting with the raw materials. So look forward to a copper range. It's a limited edition range. We've been integrating lighting into our branded environments for some time. We've incorporated lighting into our exhibition stand as well.
Trends play a huge role in the work that we do on two levels. One, in our event and exhibition design, where consumers need to be constantly put into fresh environments. They need to be lured in and excited constantly. The biggest challenge, I think, for a designer in South Africa is, and especially in the world that we play in, is manufacture cost and what that does to the retail price of an item. I think that the talent in the country is incredible. I think the stories that we have to share in terms of design and manufacture, interesting products, stand quite highly rated in the world. We don't get that opportunity because the products aren't being sold enough. I think the cost of manufacture is too high. And it would be nice to see some sort of investment back into manufacture, so that we can start to manufacture and produce products to sell internationally.